It's my honor to now present to you the salutatorian of the Hayes High School graduating class of 2021, Jacqueline Gibson.
Good evening, everyone, again. And thank you for joining us tonight, both in person and via the live stream, on this once-in-a-lifetime occasion. My name is Jacqueline Gibson, and it is an honor and a privilege to be speaking to you all tonight as the salutatorian of the Jack C. Hayes High School class of 2021. Graduates, it's nice to see all of your actual faces here. They look much better than blank Zoom screens with random names on them. And it's good to be able to have these last moments together in person with you all. After just 11 and a half short years, one very, very long spring break, and an incomparable senior year comprised of sorrow, uncertainty, new norms, tenacity, perseverance, and grit, I'm both ecstatic and relieved to say that we finally made it. Many of you may know me as that one kid who won't stop talking in class, or that rando who played the national anthem at a bunch of sporting events, or maybe that basketball player who fell down at literally every game she ever played in. Or maybe I was just a familiar face in the halls or on your Zoom meetings. But hopefully after this speech, you'll remember me as the super rad salutatorian who inspired you to go change the world. Before I go further, though, I'd like to give some special thanks to those who I quite frankly wouldn't be here without. First and foremost, to the one who was always there for me no matter what, who comforted me when I had trouble understanding difficult topics, who stayed up with me at 2 a.m. studying for tests the next day, and who was a bright beacon of hope in my education, Quizlet. Thank you for always coming in clutch. I'd also like to thank the queen herself, the one and only Taylor Swift, who was also there for me throughout my life when I was drowning in homework at 2:30 a.m., and who graced us with absolute bangers that I could scream at the top of my lungs in my car after long and grueling school days. Taylor, if you ever see this, I love you, and please help me pay for college because USC is expensive. Next, thank you to those who have been on the front lines of this pandemic, caring for others and putting yourselves at risk. You've been working nonstop, and we appreciate you for keeping the world safe and healthy. Next, thank you to the administration and our amazing class sponsor, Ms. Plumley, for helping us make the most out of this year and doing everything in your power to make graduation and the other senior events a reality amid this pandemic. To all of my coaches over the years, thank you for teaching me humility, humbleness, hustle, the importance of teamwork and camaraderie, and how to pick myself up when I fall down, both figuratively and literally. The ground sure likes to trip me. To all of my current and former band directors, thank you for giving me a second home and an outlet to express myself and impact others through music. I have no idea where I would be without bands, so thank you. To my friends, thank you for sticking by me and always having my back, even when I act like an idiot, which is pretty often. Thank y'all for never giving up on me, never letting me down, never running around and deserting me. Y'all are the best, and thank you for rolling with whatever last-minute plans we make. To the parents of my friends, thank you for letting me engage in outrageous but mostly safe shenanigans with your children. To all of my teachers from Buda, Carpenter Hill, Dahlstrom, and Hayes, I can't thank you enough for dealing with me in class, even when I asked a million questions, talked for what seemed like hours, pulled random musical instruments out of my backpack at any given moment, pranked you with whoopee cushions, attended Zoom classes with crazy backgrounds, and broke just about every piece of lab equipment handed to me. You all have such great passions for what you do, and I am beyond grateful for you all to have taught me not only difficult curriculum, but also how to be a good person in life. To my relatives near and far, thank you for continuing to keep up with me and be a part of my life. To my sisters, Lizzie and Katie, thank you for your guidance. I've learned a lot from your successes and mistakes, and even though we bickered and disagreed a significant amount, we've developed a strong bond that has helped shape me into the person I am today. And also thank you for the hand-me-downs I stole from your closets while y'all were at college. And last but not least, thank you to my parents, Marty and Janice Gibson, for your continued love and support throughout my life, especially you, Mom. Even when I'm in a grumpy mood or out gallivanting with friends and not responding to your texts, you're always there for me. When I'm faced with adversity, you're my constant personal cheerleader, and you always believe in me no matter what. Thank you. Now, now I know this will be a long ceremony, so I'd like you all to please rise from your seats at this time. Now, take one step to your right. Now, slide to the left. 3 hops this time. I'm just kidding. You can sit down now. Now, at the very least, if all else fails and I butcher the rest of this speech, you can at least say that you were moved by my speech. So, when I officially found out that I would be graduating as salutatorian and giving a speech today, I had absolutely no clue how I was supposed to fit all of the accomplishments, good times, and notable memories of high school into just a short little speech. So I acted just like I did with most of my other high school assignments. I procrastinated until the last minute. Good things come to those who wait, right? Anyway, while recollecting everything we've done at Hayes, I thought about how we're the biggest class to ever graduate from this school, how we're the most competitive class, both academically and in sports and other activities, how basically every single sport made playoffs and accomplished great things. Shout out to football for being state semifinalists. How our many clubs do innumerable things to help serve the community. How the High Steppers, FFA, band, ROTC, speech and debate team, UIL team, and cheer team have done amazing things at the state and or national levels. And how every single graduate today is special and unique in their own ways. But while our accomplishments are impressive to say the least, I think the thing that makes our class most profound is our ability not just to endure change, but to grow stronger because of it and make the most out of adapting to new situations. Obviously, nobody expected our last 2 years of high school to be completely uprooted by a global pandemic. But in addition to that, we've stayed strong in the face of so much more change. After the rezoning of the schools in the district, we had to say goodbye to many of our underclassmen friends and some of our favorite teachers who left us to go to Johnson. We also welcomed hundreds of new friends from Lehman and its feeder schools. Although much of the culture of our school has changed, our class has continued its bright spirits and soared to great heights. Additionally, we lived through one of the worst times of civil unrest and social injustice in history. In the news and all around us, we had to watch as innocent people lost their lives, peaceful protesters were harmed fighting for justice for others, and stores and businesses were ruined because of rioting and looting. All while we were stuck in quarantine, trying to learn something in the last few weeks of online school, and attempting to take online AP exams with entirely new and not so user-friendly formatting. But with all of the chaos around us, we managed to stay safe and grow into more conscientious and understanding people who can better recognize how our actions impact others, which led us here today as the last class ever from Hayes to graduate as Rebels. While the new Hawk mascot was being shoved in our faces everywhere, we learned to accept it, but also remained full of school spirit for the Rebels. We cheered on our classmates and lived down the good parts of the Rebel mascot, which represented standing up for what we believe in and fighting for what's right. While it's sad to see the Rebel mascot retired and part of our school history and spirit ironically die with it, we understand that it's for the best and will continue to cheer on our school with pride. And then there was COVID. Class of 2021, we've come out of what is probably the most insane school year in history. Over the summer, we had to live our lives not knowing if we were going to be able to have school or do anything outside of our houses. Even when we did start school 3 weeks late, everything was so uncertain and different. We had to live through each day not even knowing if we would be there the next. And while I can't say I didn't like small class sizes with only 3 other people in them, I can say that it was sad not seeing all of my friends around me in person. Who would have thought school would consist of waking up 1 minute before class, logging into Zoom from your bed, and taking notes while half asleep with your camera off and your microphone muted, never responding to any of the teacher's questions? And there's also the alternative. Some of us just straight up didn't go to school or to Zooms all year and did everything asynchronously on an entirely new and also not so user-friendly online learning platform that we don't even know how to pronounce the name of. I still don't even know if it's Schoology or Schoology. We even managed to cram an entire year's worth of school into a year that was about a month shorter than normal. On top of starting late and ending early, we took essentially 2 more weeks off because of the snowvid storms. While I'm sure we all had so much fun building snowmen and making snow angels, we were also stressed about doing our schoolwork in our cold, dark houses with no power or water for hours and days at a time, and terrible cases of senioritis with a severe lack of motivation. Throughout the course of this year, we were continuously hurled with events that would test our character. At first, we thought, why did this have to happen to us? In what was supposed to be the culminating year of all of our hard work and schooling, the world really decided to throw a pandemic at us and kill millions of our loved ones worldwide. But while enduring all of the tragic events we did, we learned that even in the worst of times, no one is ever alone. We all have each other. Now, I don't say all these things to dwell on the unfortunate events of the past or garner pity, but rather to reminisce on just how much this senior class has gone through and overcome. The pandemic has made us realize that there's always another way to make things happen. You just have to look from a new angle. It's also made us realize that there's always a silver lining in unfortunate scenarios. We now have the strength and drive to make the best out of any situation. While we couldn't physically be close to each other or even see half of each other's faces most of the time, I think we definitely found the good in the situations we were presented with. I like to think that a bend in the road is not the end of the road. It's just taking the scenic route in a bit of a different direction. It was nice to be able to take a virtual day whenever I wanted, or for those of you who are always virtual, I'm sure it was nice to sleep in several extra hours each day and attend class in your PJs with your pets sitting by your side. While our senior year was much different than we expected, it doesn't define who we are. We are more than a pandemic. We overcame a pandemic. We have every right to be angry at the so many things we missed out on as a senior class, but that anger has only made us more resilient and driven people ready to conquer the world. These setbacks are hopefully only temporary, and after having gone through what we have, I'm pretty sure we'll be able to handle anything life throws at us. After all, you only live once, and life moves too fast to fear or worry or regret or be sad. In the words of one of my idols, Walt Disney, around here, we don't look backwards for very long. We keep moving forward, opening up new doors and doing new things because we're curious, and curiosity keeps leading us down new paths. Graduates, I hope that in whatever you do, you keep moving forward. Our time alive is finite, which is what makes it so special. It's what motivates us to live it meaningfully and impact others so as to leave our legacies on society. Since we can't change the past or control what situations the world hands us, I encourage you all to see the bright side of things and keep moving forward. This ceremony is called commencement for a reason. This isn't the end of our lives. It's just the beginning. We've survived the ups and downs, the good and bad, Mr. Stegall's daily yelling of no hats, no hoods, IDs, please. Those times where a teacher would talk for 5 minutes straight and not realize that their mic was muted the whole time. That one time where a kid hit reply all to a daily announcement email trying to find his hat and accidentally started a mass group chat with the entire school. The teachers and admins who always stand in that little useless median in the halls telling us not to walk the wrong way. Miss Plumley's 50 billion reminds on Schoology about senior stuff. The mastering physics assignments that everyone started an hour before they were due. All the other assignments we procrastinated on. The trying not to get booted by security guards for leaving school early. The hype pep rallies, especially the blackout ones. The awkward moments in class when a teacher would ask something on a Zoom and it would just be crickets. And most importantly, the memories we made together that will keep in our hearts forever. If I can leave you with anything, it's to stay positive, try new things, be curious, have fun. Laugh and cry when you need to. Don't be afraid to ask for help. Face your challenges head on, as that is how we grow. And don't let your life slip by without doing what you love and what makes you happy. Class of 2021, we did it. You guys are amazing, and you inspire me every day to better myself and help others. I wish you all the best of luck in your future endeavors, and have fun, make good choices, and go make the world a better place. Thank you.